Hello gaming world, it's Matthew here from Ironside Gameplay, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a quick look around Club Penguin. This is a game I used to play years and years ago with, and probably more to the point, for my daughter. And I say for because I'll explain in just a minute. You've got to earn lots of money, and she used to like making me do it. With my daughter, who's in her 20s now, so we are talking years ago, and it is an internet-based game that actually has some pretty cool parental controls. And what I mean by that is when you set your account up, and you can see me walking my penguin backwards and forwards here, that's my little penguin there. When you set your account up, parents, you get to choose how much of the text particularly it is that your children see that the other players type. So at the moment on my screen you can see here this fella's saying virtual penguin, Wookie stands for looks, virtual penguin, anyway. You get to choose, we're giving out membership, I don't know what that's all about. You get to choose how much it is when you set the account up that your kids can actually see. Now, if you turn that off for your children, it doesn't mean they can't communicate. There are still smiley faces that you can click on. Yay, look how happy that little dude looks. Yay. There are also some very basic and generic little hello and variations of it. Hi there. As you can see, little text boxes that you can click on. Questions, answers, game, want to play this, good game, yeah, nice work, good game. Stuff that your kids still can click on. And as such, it may actually not be a bad way of helping your kids learn to read. Now, have a look at my penguin there. He has a number, P331032107, and then in brackets, Mr. Iron Ice. Until the account is verified, so they'll send you an email and you've got to verify your account, which I have actually done. So until your account is verified and they take the time to check out your name and see that it's appropriate, you will appear to everybody else as a number. Alright? And again, that's not a bad idea because it means if there's anything crude or untoward that people have tried to name themselves, then that gets picked up. Alright, enough of that. So parents, you can feel pretty safe that there are enough parental controls in this game in place so that you know your kids aren't coming into contact with things that you might not have otherwise wanted. This here is the world of Club Penguin, and what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the way it works. I've clicked on the map, and these are the places that you can visit. You can go to any one of these places. For kids who just like wandering around and seeing what's going on in the internet world in a relatively safe environment, this is not a bad way of doing it. This is a Puffle Park. As you can see, I have a little red Puffle that sort of follows me around, and we'll talk Puffles in a minute. This is where you take your Puffle to play. Look, there you go, he's got on the swing. Woohoo! Go little Puffle, go little Puffle. Yeah, he had a swing. He looked like it. Oh, there you go. And he actually got some play points for that. So taking your Puffles to the Puffle Park does mean they will actually have a go. I've just clicked on that and yay, me and my Puffle came down together. How cool is that? What else can I click on in the Puffle Park? Oh, there's a tree. Let's click on this tree. What's that do? Oh, my Puffle's having a nap in a tree. That's a bit boring. Why would we want you to have a nap? Come over here for me, Puffle. Look, there's some food. You're allowed to have something to eat. Okay, so as you can see, all of this would be quite entertaining for kids to play. So me and my Puffle running around the Puffle Park. All right, that's one area you can go. And there are lots and lots of different places you can go and explore. There's a skate park. Okay, there's some dudes skating up and down. Yee, look at him go. All right, lots of places you can go and explore. So your kids are going to enjoy doing that sort of stuff. Or for you kids that are watching, you kids are going to enjoy doing that sort of stuff. As well as places, there are games you can play. So let me show you an example of a game you can play. This one here is called Puffle Roundup. Seems to be a bit of a Puffle motif going on here. This has brought us back to the Puffle Park. Okay, so you think, well, where's the game then that I just clicked on? If you have a look down here in the corner, there is this arrow pointing to Puffle Roundup. So if you want to find a game to play and you're not quite sure where to find it, go back to the map, click on games, and that way you can just click on the game it is you want to play, and it'll be highlighted with an arrow pointing to wherever it is you need to go to play that game. Puffle Roundup's a pretty simple little game. The Puffles basically run away from my cursor at varying speeds and varying distances, and that there makes it a little bit of a challenge to try and get them in that pen. And every time you get all the Puffles, or some of the Puffles, and I say some of the Puffles because you might even lose some off the edge of the map, once you get whatever Puffles left on the map back in the pen, then it's on to the next round, and you keep repeating the process There is a timer, as you can see in the top corner there. There is a timer. I'm rounding up some puffles. Now, what's the point? Okay, aside from being fun, rounding up puffles, once you're finished, you will be rewarded for what it is you've done in the game. There you go. I just earned 188 coins for rounding up those puffles. Showed you Puffle Roundup because in this game there, somebody just said hi to me. No, to somebody else. Okay, and that there was probably just a generic click on there and hi. No, it wasn't, because mine's got a capital. Hello. So there you go. It is possible to communicate very simply by just clicking on these little text boxes. He said hi, I said hi. Now back to Puffle Roundup. The reason I chose that game to start with is it's a really, really good way of making coins in this game. And the point of making coins is you can spend them to buy stuff. You can, and if I go back to places, in the plaza just here, there's a clothes shop. You can dress up your penguin. In the town over here, there's the clothes shop. Sorry, I lied to you. The clothes shop is in the town, not in the plaza. The plaza itself must actually have then, let's go have a quick look. The plaza itself has the pet shop. All right. And this is where you go to buy your first puffle as much as anything else. All right. So whatever coins you've earned in the game, they can be spent. Now, it's all sounding pretty cool so far. And it is. The game is actually pretty cool. This is the only downer as far as the game is concerned. Look at all these cool puffles, yeah? And look at all the ones I can buy. Just the blue and just the red. That's all I can buy. And the reason is I don't have membership. Okay, and on the way out of the game, I'll show you how much membership costs. This is a good game, like I said, but the only down part is I've just clicked on a blue puffle, which I want to adopt. That's where you put a name in and then you hit adopt. And I will have spent 400 coins that I've earned from playing games. The only downer with this game is you're very, very restricted on what you can do if you're not a member. Okay, it doesn't sound like a big deal to start with, but membership isn't particularly cheap, and I'll show you that on the way out. So that's where you buy your puffle. There goes a puffle going through a tube. And you don't have to access the games through the map like I showed you before. There is a puffle game just here, Puffle Launch, where you blast a puffle out and he's got to bounce around the sky trying to collect coins and things like that. So they're your coins. You can use them, well, sorry, you earn coins by playing games. You can use them to buy puffles. You can use them to buy clothes. You can use them to decorate your igloo. And that's where I'm going to take you next. This here is my igloo. And as you can see, I have decorated it by placing all these things around. You simply do that by editing your igloo. So I clicked on the edit igloo sign there and then there again. And now I can just move things around. I think that couch would look better over there. No, I don't really. I'm going to put it back over there because it looks silly there. This table, I think I've had enough of this table. I'm going to put it away. It's gone back into the selection here. And that's the way it works, is you've got this selection menu across the top. And anything that you have bought, you can sort of drag and drop into play. And while you're holding on to it, if you use the arrow keys, you can change it a little bit or turn it around. There are quite a few little adaptations that you can make to the items you buy before you plonk them down. And for example, this here, I want to turn that around so I can stick it over this wall. Turn it back that way so I can stick it on there. Turn it. You get the idea. Lots of different little options to make your house look kind of cool. I've messed up my house there. There we go. All right. Now, how do you buy new things? Down here, buy items, and turning the page, you can see this is how you buy new stuff for your igloo. All right. And again, this is where you're very restricted in what you can do if you're not a member. So this little symbol here that has the shield with a star on it and that little banner going across means you can only buy these things if you're a member. So if you have paid membership, which is per month. And as you can see, can't buy any of that, 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 can buy them. That's it. They're the only 8 things that you can buy for your igloo without membership, because as soon as you flick the page again, can't buy any of that, can't buy any of that, can't buy any of that. You get the idea. All right. There's a lot you can't do unless you're a member. Doesn't mean you can't have fun with the game. Does mean that parents, if you're setting this up for your child, they are going to be constantly harassing you about, why can't I buy this? I want this. Can I have some membership? And don't get me wrong, I get it. You want to make money out of these games, and so you should. There's time and development that goes into these things. But I think the problem with restricting how much stuff you can buy until your membership quite as heavily as they have means that the kids are going to get bored of it unless you buy the membership straight away. And I don't know about you parents, for myself, unless I see my kids play something fairly consistently, I'm not going to invest in membership or something like that. And I think the problem is they just won't play it for terribly long. I've just clicked on the cove. There's a little bit of a beach going on here. What do you reckon? I'm going to come down here and sit by this fire. So I think the problem we have, in my opinion, is there's not enough access to stuff before you're a member, which means that you're either going to have to buy your kids membership or they're going to get bored and stop playing it before you parents get a really good idea of whether it'd be worth buying membership or not. Okay, so that is Club Penguin. That's the way it works. You've seen me run around a little bit. You've seen me talk about puffles, decorate an igloo, and tons of games you can play. On the map, you click on game, and there are heaps of them. You saw me play Puffle Roundup. There are fishing games that you can play, and it's all pretty harmless. Again, there's the arrow showing you where to go to once you've clicked on the game. And all the games are pretty harmless. I haven't seen anything gratuitously violent or anything like that. I simply drag the fish up and put it in my thing. All right, and it gets progressively harder by, look, there's a boot that's going to knock my fish off my line for me, and there are jellyfish that come and shock your line. There are crabs that are going to come and cut your line and all that sort of stuff. Kids, if you're playing this game, there is a really big fish at the end, and what you want to do is you want to hang on to, see how I'm hanging on to this yellow fish here? You want to hang on to the last yellow fish you see, because the big fish doesn't go for the worm, he goes for a yellow fish. There's a tip for you. Alright, there you go. And once you're done, exit out or finish the game. Big fish comes at the end, and there I've just earned another 24 coins by doing that. Back to the map again, lots of different games you can play, lots of different places you can see, lots of different shops you can go to buy things using the coins you've earned, and lots of different options as far as doing things with your pet. So that is Club Penguin, the gameplay itself. Now what I'm going to do to finish this video is I'm going to take you to the membership, and you'll see what I mean here. Membership is $8.95 per month, unless you want to buy 3 or 6 months at a time, which makes it a little bit cheaper. But for what is an internet-based game, and very restricted until you buy membership at that, I think, in my opinion, $8.95 a month is too much. Especially if you've got a few kids in the house. I have 3 kids that would enjoy playing this game. I have 4 kids in total, 3 of them that might enjoy playing this game. I'm not paying 3 lots of $8.95 a month just so they can all have a penguin each and run around. And as far as I can tell, I can't necessarily see any family membership. That has changed over time, because I used to buy a membership for my daughter. When we played years and years ago, it was considerably cheaper. So that's obviously gone up over time. But that, in my opinion, is about the only downer with this game. It is a well-rounded game. It is safe. You get to put lots of parental controls in place. It is good fun. I mean, even as a grown adult, I'll play it for the fun of it. Just, run around with your kids. Why not? But at $8.95 a month for membership, and without membership being very restricted on what it is you can buy, I think, unless you're willing to fork out those dollars, I don't think your kids are going to be that entertained by it that long. And possibly not long enough for you to decide whether it's worth membership or not. So there it is, Club Penguin. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you do enjoy the videos, please leave a like, subscribe. But otherwise, we're going to leave it there. It's been a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. For now, Matthew from Ironside Gaming. Peace out.